Purple martins are the largest member of the North American swallow family, but unlike other species, these birds prefer to nest in housing supplied by humans. A practice started by Native Americans centuries ago, and since exotic birds have taken over much of their natural habitat, virtually all purple martins today, east of the Rocky Mountains, depend on people for a place to live. Enter Kenny Fecker, the birdman of Ohio.
I've been interested in martins since I was about 9 years old. That was 40 years ago, and I'm still hooked.
This is Kenny's obsession. His 70-unit purple martin colony, featuring individual natural gourd units for each pair of purple martin parents and their nestlings. Kenny builds and maintains all components of this massive bird condo complex. He even grows the gourds in his garden, and then meticulously converts them in his basement workshop. Spring is Kenny's busiest time of the year, and he won't get a break until November when the purple martins fly back to Brazil for the winter. Until then, though, he doesn't risk even a day away from his colony.
Purple martins have numerous enemies.
Birds of prey threaten the fledglings, while aggressive starlings and sparrows will take over the entire colony if given a chance. So, Kenny has devised an early warning system comprised entirely of other birds.
These boxes are inhabited by bluebirds and tree swallows. So when a hawk comes into the yard, the tree swallows create a very shrill and very high-pitched warning signal, and that tips off the martins that there's a predator approaching.
But some predators still manage to slip into the nests undetected.
One of the major enemies of a purple martin is nest parasites.
An infestation of mites, fleas, or even blowflies can feast on the nestling's blood, feathers, and skin. So once a week, Kenny and his wife, Karen, do a nest check.
I think that pair moved over to 33.
And once per spring, they completely change out each and every gourd.
Take these babies out of here, put them in a temporary holding gourd. We take the old nest out along with all those parasites and replace it with a fresh nest of wood shavings. Put the babies back in.
Now, don't try this at home. Kenny has been caring for these delicate birds for decades, and he knows exactly what he's supposed to do. No harm has ever come to this landlord's tiny tenants. And Kenny's relentless attention to nest hygiene saves hundreds of babies each spring.
When we raise the gourds, they go right back to feeding their young and incubating their eggs, and everything is just fine.
Because of Kenny's unwavering commitment, the future for purple martins in this part of Ohio looks good, but the species numbers are declining in much of the country.
The survival of the purple martin really depends on martin landlords, and I think it would be just a total tragedy if the purple martin were to disappear from the United States, because they've been such a traditional part of the American landscape for so many years. I'll keep doing purple martins until I can't do it any longer. Hopefully, I'll be a very old man by then.